Welcome back to HPL, or the PvP Live Studios here in Frisco, Texas. Dog takes a 2-1 lead off of the back of Major Domo Executus there.
Yeah, Major Domo Arigato.
Yeah.
Mr. Roboto in that game. He got taken out straight away, and actually it effectively dealt ErA 20 points of damage by getting his life total set to 8 because of a Shadow Word death. I mean, have you ever actually won a game with Major Domo? Because I don't think
no one's ever won a game with Major
I've never seen anyone win with that. But you can get out there on Twitter and use that hashtag HPL and tag PvP Live. Myself, at That's Admirable, or at the Tainted Grace. I want to know if you've ever won with it. I want a screenshot of it because I don't believe you.
It's like a sibling Voltron in the game. No one's ever actually done it. It's never happened.
I've seen it happen one time
I
ever.
don't
They won
believe
the game because of it. But game number 4 is going to be getting underway right now. ErA versus Dog. It was actually at a Gfinity event. 6-0 left Mex in play and left Voltron in play, just didn't read what it did. And then his opponent just summoned, or maybe it was the other way around. Maybe 6-0 was the one who made it. Somebody made it at a Gfinity event and then won the game because their opponent didn't win it. But the Dog, he's just queuing up Priest 3 times in a row right now. What's going on?
He's obviously found something that he thinks is very, very good against ErA. And it looks like ErA has Dragon Warrior. This got really popular there for a little while on ranked play. So you saw this deck actually kind of popping up everywhere right after this set came out, but it's kind of fallen out of favor here lately.
Yeah, it was actually one of the World Elite players from it's a Chinese team. They played a Dragon Warrior deck, and he had gotten to rank number 1 in ranked play on the servers. So it's just I don't really know exactly how it fits. I played it for a little while.
Oh wow, he got a Sylvanas and a Grom.
Okay,
out of ErA's deck.
Would you thought steal Gromish and Sylvanas? That's gotta feel good.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be great. You're gonna see him do some pretty awesome Grom and Sylvanas plays. He's gonna have stuff like Shadow Word Death on his own Sylvanas if he wants to this game against ErA. He's got a lot of options to really get him from here.
Yeah, and with the Northshire Cleric in his hand, he's gonna be able to be patient and find the right times to draw cards to pick up the extra pressure he needs. And in the meantime, he's just going to continue to slowly build his board. ErA's got a second copy of Brawl in here, but he's got no weapons to fight against this board pressure right now. Oh, just going to pick up a card himself. Finds an Execute, but it's no benefit this turn. Bless you, Tannen.
Yeah, excuse me there.
And he's going to armor up and just going to go from here. ErA, not looking too terribly fantastic so far in this game. Dog finds a Death Lord. Gonna go with Sinjin though. I have to, this feels a lot safer to me in this spot. Also plays a little bit better on his mana curve. And I think he's gonna shred armor also with this Dark Cultist. Yeah, wants to keep out of range of Shield Slam for basically as long as he can. ErA finds himself a weapon.
Yeah, finds himself a Death Spite. I'm back, Nathan. Thanks for covering for me for just a second. Had a little bit of an allergy reaction there.
Death Spite gonna help keep this board under control, but you're looking at a Zombie Chow and looking at a Hero Power and a Dark Cultist. Things could get really ugly here. Death Lord going to make sure that everything stays alive this turn. And where does ErA go from here? His hand is chock full of removal spells, but Dog is kind of just being patient with his time. Doesn't feel necessary to apply a ton of pressure over to ErA so far. These 3 minions I think he's going to be able to sit tight with and make things happen, and ErA wants to brawl right away.
There's some interesting results that could come off of this brawl if this Death Lord goes away.
Zombie Chow's going to be the one that wins it, so it gets buffed up to 5 health. Shield Maiden enters play for ErA, and he's just going to use Death Spite to take out this Zombie Chow.
Yeah, get back some of this life that he's lost here from Dog. Dog, getting a little aggressive early in the game, but ErA's going to take it right back here.
Yeah, just going to be very patient, I think, in this position. Doesn't really have to force the issue with anything, but, I mean, this 5-4, this is a threat now. Every single thing that Dog can play at this point, the Shield Maiden is going to check in some way or another.
Yeah, it actually puts Dog in kind of a rough spot here. I mean, he can Sludge Belcher, but the Shield Maiden's going to chew through both halves of the Sludge Belcher here. Just, a pretty decent minion to get off of Brawl, if I might say so there.
Yeah, anytime you get a 5-5, I think you're feeling good about it. And now with cool Taskmaster picked up, more options are available for ErA, and I think with the Sludge Belcher of his own, he's going to feel comfortable just running over this and then putting the Sludge Belcher behind this, continuing to armor up. And I mean, this spot, Dog doesn't have any way to attack this position.
No, he doesn't really, and yeah, he's going to Sludge Belcher armor up here, and you got to believe.
Wow, he's going to pass on the Sludge Belcher. Okay, he wants to play around Shadow Madness in this spot. If Dog had Shadow Madness on the Sludge Belcher, he'd run it into the Shield Maiden and then get his own slime off of it. So ErA more than happy to take his time. We've seen him constantly be patient in every single one of his games.
Yeah, you see Dog just have nothing to actually do this turn himself.
So now Sludge Belcher going to hit the board. And once again, it's a threat to Dog. He's got to do something to really take care of this position. He's going to add Cruel Taskmaster behind this.
This is an interesting play from ErA here. He's going to, get a little aggressive with this here, but this turns on a lot of removal spells out of Dog's deck here, but it does get it out of Shadow Madness range.
Yeah. Dog, a couple different options here. I actually don't mind the Grommash in this spot. You will lose a lot of mana in the process, but he's just going to go with Sylvanas instead. Try to keep himself protected as long as he possibly can. And this also puts a little bit of pressure on ErA to be able to answer this adequately. But look at ErA's hand. What great options he's got.
Yeah, he's got a ton of removal left over, and he's got a Nefarian sitting behind that for, just a turn whenever he gets a little chance. You can just add this this 8/8 to the board and draw a couple extra cards away from Dog.
Absolutely. Going to trade this.
I will say this, though. Nefarian can get some real stinkers in this matchup.
That is very good for ErA right now. And he's just actually going to get aggressive with this Alexstrasza. Right. Never mind, he's going to play Nefarian.
Yeah, if you Alexstrasza's here, it's kind of hard for him to Alexstrasza here because he doesn't have a lot of pressure behind that. Yeah, he can get Dog down to 15.
Jeez.
Was that a Mass Dispel on a Light Bomb?
Yeah, the light. I mean, at this point, it's looking like ErA might actually just be able to control this game long enough that he finds himself grinding Dog completely out of cards.
Oh, yeah, that's actually going to be one of the ways I think ErA is going to try to win from here. Dog's going to have a hard time actually finishing this game off as it goes.
Yeah, even healing up his opponent's Cruel Taskmaster there wants to pick
draw
up
the card. Yeah.
Ragnaros gets added to ErA's hand. Yeah, I mean, you talk about pretty good. He just saw Dog use the Shadow Word Death too. Is he going to feel comfortable using it here as well? It looks like he wants to execute first, and then probably going to be a Deathbite.
He's got a lot of really good minions left over. He's still got a Grom in his deck. He's still got a Sylvanas.
Armorsmith,
kind of a stinker compared to the others.
Womp womp.
Yeah. Could have been some really exciting ones.
Yeah, I mean, you can see he's very concerned with the amount of cards that Dog is going to be able to draw if he just leaves this unchecked.
The thing is like, are you actually concerned with Dog drawing a lot of extra cards here? Like, what does he have that really punishes you besides Mind Control? If one of your options is to actually just run him out of everything in this game and then fatigue him, which is like something you possibly could do, you could just leave that guy on board and let him draw a lot of extra cards.
I don't mind leaving him on the board, but he's got to take it step by step. If he lunges all in with trying to let his opponent draw cards, there's a possibility that Dog just puts together the right combinations of cards. He's the one who's putting the pressure on.
Yeah, and Dog's going to get to do, he's going to get to actually keep his Grom out of Deathbite range here by healing it. So it's going to make it back down to a 4/9.
Out of Shadow Word Death range. This is going to force ErA to do something if he wants to execute as well.
Yeah, well, he gets to execute pretty cleanly here. He gets to deal 4 to Dog if he wants. But also, yeah, he's got Big Game Hunter, and that's probably going to be the only target he has for a chance of this, unless he gets to Big Game Hunt one of his own minions that Dog has taken with a Mind Control later.
Yeah. Love that he's using the Big Game Hunter. It's also got 4/2 body, so it applies a little bit of pressure to Dog. Dog has got some serious draws left in his deck, though, and he doesn't have a ton of pressure on him. He's going to heal himself up. Got to feel safe from Grom at this point.
Yeah, he's just going to heal himself up and pass here. He's just trying to get bigger. He needs to get 2-for-1s going forward.
But this is the spot where ErA can get aggressive now. Alexstrasza is going to come in. He's going to set Dog down to 8 points of life. But he's got some ways to start answering this board straight away.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's going to take up a lot of his mana for him to do this, and ErA has a Ragnaros sitting behind this, and he's going to get a shot in before Dog gets a Light Bomb off, and you have to believe there's going to be a spot where ErA's going to get the full 8 in.
Dog goes up to 18 at this point, and like you said, he's got this Ragnaros to go behind this, and so Fiery Warax, I have to believe it's going to be aimed.
Yeah,
wow, he's actually going to shield slam here.
I like
to keep
shield
pressure
slamming
up.
here. Yeah, he's going to keep as much pressure up, deal as much damage as possible.
Dog's going to drop down to 3 in this spot.
Yeah, I love this play. It's going to make a lot of top decks from ErA lethal here over the next couple turns.
Dog drops down to 3, but he's got ways to fend off this board pressure. He's going to start with Light Bomb, and then he's going to go from there. I mean, this is, what other, he doesn't have another option. He has to Light Bomb here.
Yeah, I think he's thinking about maybe like just cycling a card here. But I think he's just going to get Shrinkmeister into play now.
Yeah, he has something on the board that's going to help fight against whatever's coming next. Shrinkmeister actually does that pretty darn well.
Yeah, he's got some Shadow Madness, and he's got a lot of ways to draw extra cards going forward, but he doesn't have a lot of ways to win the game from here. But if Valen's chosen on a Shrinkmeister, can actually get a lot of work done. But it looks like ErA's going to take care of the Shrinkmeister here.
Understands that is a threat with the Valen's chosen, so Cruel Taskmaster and Shield Maiden stick to the board here.
He still has this Mass Dispel to really deal with something like Valen's chosen and Power Word Shields going forward, and Dog might have to have, that's a Mind Control.
I mean, he has to Mind Control here, right?
I mean, okay, so what happens if he doesn't Mind Control? He takes Cruel Taskmaster, and there's nothing really he could take Shield. There's no way he could really get him this turn, right? With
Dog's going to have to take a risk. I mean, any weapon is going to be a lethal draw for ErA right now.
ErA's got some,
Grom would do it as well. A few draws end this game. Iron Beak Owl's not one of them, so he's going to have to continue to fight. Maybe he cycles this Mass Dispel.
I was like, he could still cycle Mass Dispel to draw a card here.
You know, he's got to be worried about taunts, though. You know, he's seen Sludge Belcher. He's seen.
It might be too valuable to just give up.
He did
just
draw Iron Beak Owl too. I think he's got a Mass Dispel here.
That is actually a good point. He did get Iron Beak Owl, which, you know, in essence is going to be just as good as Mass Dispel going forward. But does he just Iron Beak Owl for pressure here? But then again, that doesn't play around Shadow Madness.
He's got a Mass Dispel. I mean, this is the turn. You have 2 outs to draw it. ErA going to continue to be patient. He still feels like he can grind this game out because Dog is under so much pressure. He's going to have to be inefficiently using stuff. And with that Holy Nova draw, I mean, this may be a turn where Dog feels like he's very comfortable at this point, can heal back up to 7, and then he's starting to get out of range of things.
And now he might actually attack the minion if he wants to draw a card here.
Oh, I fully expect him to attack this minion.
Well, I mean, he could just use the Holy Nova to clean it up and gain extra life.
Yeah. And Dog's got to be worried about how many cards he draws too, because he can't draw too many at this point.
Yeah, he can actually go into fatigue and die from here because ErA's at such a high life total. Have you ever played the Priest Mirrors where they get to this point where if you actually play Northshire Cleric, it's bad for you because your opponent can start healing and making you draw cards?
Yeah, I've been in that spot before.
I try to think if there's any way ErA can make him draw extra cards.
That's why I don't play Priest, just so I could avoid that situation.
Just that exact situation right there.
Grom gets drawn, but he's got no way to activate it.
Yeah, if he would have maybe held on to that Cruel Taskmaster.
Gosh, I mean, can you hold on to Cruel Taskmaster for that long, though?
It's really hard to do that in this situation. You know, it's such a... I mean, the thing is, you know, it was a threat. The Shrinkmeister was a threat because you just put something like Valen's Chosen and Power Word Shields on it, but you do have Mass Dispel in your hand, so you can maybe wait out a turn or two, take some extra damage, get value off Mass Dispel, and draw a card. Maybe that's where ErA messed up in this game.
Shield Slam gets out of his hand.
He does pick up Shield Slam. Yeah. Now, he has a Shield Bait in play, but again, he doesn't get to actually gain any armor this way.
Unlikely that he can utilize it.
Yeah, I like diversifying his threats here as well. Make each minion an actual threat here.
Dog's starting to climb out of the hole, too. I mean, he's back up to 9 life. ErA would need something like a Whirlwind draw to end the game right here. Mass Dispel going to help take care of some of this board.
Yeah, this is actually a pretty good Mass Dispel as far as they go. Sylvana's not a bad one at all.
Let's see if he can force Dog into trading into this. That gets added to hand now.
Yeah, I think he is going to get Dog to trade into this. I mean, what else can... Well, I mean, Dog is at 9.
This has been such a grind so far. He's going to trade in both of his minions. Feels okay with this.
And yeah, you're going to see him
heal up. I mean,
yeah, well, he gets out of Grom range right now if it's something like Whirlwind. You know, he still dies to Cruel Taskmaster, but...
I mean, Dog's starting to claw his way back into this game. I mean, he's looking fantastic so far. Shield Block is 8 mana, so he's going to play Sludge Belcher behind this and just continue to armor up and look for ways to extend this game as long as possible. So far, it's looking like this game is going to head into fatigue.
Yeah, we talked about this on, what was it, turn 3 or something like that. There was a very good chance that this game could go into fatigue. You're going to see that. And if it happens, you got to believe that ErA's a little bit advantaged if they get to the point at the same time. He's got so much extra life, but it just matters who has a board presence at the time because they can close the game very quick once someone's out of cards.
Yeah. Dog got to be careful exactly how he plays every single turn. Every point of life is really going to matter a lot in this game.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you know Dog already has it in the back of his mind. He knows that this game might go to fatigue, so he's going to be healing every single turn for the rest of the game that he can.
How does he handle the Sludge Belcher? On a Shrinkmeister.
Yeah, I think he's thinking about if he wants to Fiery War Access or not. You know, if he could afford to go down to 12. Which, I mean, he gets attacked down to 12 anyway, so.
Both of them now able to be checked by what ErA has, though.
Oh, ErA's a little short.
He's just 2 damage
off.
He
would have been able to Shield Slam his own Grom. Maybe he can get into a situation where he can, yeah, I was going to say, it's a couple turns late. Shield Block, try to find Cruel Taskmaster, and it's still no, it's 11 mana, so you can't do that.
I mean, the game is starting to slip back into Dog's favor very slowly, one step at a time. ErA, it looks at this point like he understands that Dog is so far out of range that he may not be able to actually fight this battle, and this looks like it's going to be a spot where he wants to try to just save damage by playing the Grom.
Well, what he could do here is he could Grom, Shield Slam the Loatheb, or execute the Loatheb, whichever one you want to do, and then start attacking here. And does Dog have a way to answer?
Whoa.
Oh, he's actually going to move in. All right.
He's just moving all in here. Dog has to answer this right away. Light Bomb is going to take care of it, but now he's back down to 2. He can heal himself up to 4, but now a Death Spite from ErA is lethal.
Yeah, a Death Spite from ErA is lethal, but I also like this play because they're both running out of cards, and this gets the most damage in from ErA while he can, for sure, get in that damage.
Yep. And so now, does Dog even want to play the Shrink Mesh to get any sort of pressure on the board? He's going to save it for his Cabal Shadow Priest. Fiery War Axe is 1 damage off lethal at this point, but it's going to have to be enough. Oh, he's going to go with Dr. Boom instead. Dog is against the ropes right now. This is going to need some massive draws if he wants to win this one, but I don't see any way that he can take care of this board position.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's no way he can survive this turn, right?
All right. He can Shadow Madness the Boombot. Velen's chosen the Boombot, run it into Dr. Boom, and then have the Boombot finish the job.
All right, spin the wheel. Dog kind of slumps in his chair here. You've got to feel good if you're on ErA's side. The Dog's taking this long on his turn. You had to feel in a good position to begin with going into this turn, but still, the longer it takes from him, the better it's got to feel.
I think Dog's getting the bad news that he's going to have to leave this one up to fate to decide whether or not he can win this game.
Well, the thing is, if you're going to heal this turn, you should heal now, because if something crazy happens, like you kill the other bomb, well, yeah, if you kill the other bomb, the bomb can kill you.
Well, if he fails to take out this Dr.
he's dead
Boom, he's just dead anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much.
I just want to see this happen. I want to see the bomb hit the bomb, and the bomb
Velen's chosen. This is it. He has to roll 4 on this Boombot onto Dr. Boom, or Dog is going to drop this game. Oh my gosh. Oh, so close. Was Dog. ErA runs out of cards, and he can finally smile and sigh of relief because he knows he's sending this one into game number 5.
Wow, what an amazing game back and forth there. A lot of huge plays on both sides. ErA squeaking it out there at the end.
Yeah, all these major threats that he had in his deck. And, for a while there, it looked like it was starting to slip back out of his favor.
I thought he was going to run out of ways to win.
I mean, Dog is recovering from that position. He was able to heal every single step of the way. And then right at the very end, ErA had to take an extremely aggressive route if he wanted to win that game, and that's what ended up being the difference.
Shield slamming your own Grom.
Yeah, I mean, he knew that Dr. Boom was one of his last 2 cards left. He shield slammed his own Grom, pushed for damage to face, got the Dr. Boom on his next draw. He only had 2 cards left in his deck at that point. Anything could have happened by there, but wow, what a game. So much patience
great play from ErA.
by both of these players on both sides. I love the way this game panned out.
Yeah, great play from ErA, understanding what was left in his deck and where the game was going to go from there. And it got him the win. We're going to a game 5.
It's going to be deciding who is winning this match in our very next one. If you guys want to check out this game, you can head over to pvplive.net and see the full recap for yourself. Stats, breakdowns, how they played their strategies, everything is available on their website. So this is the last time they're making changes to their decks in this series. That's the HPL format. They can play whatever they want at any time. And when we come back, we're going to get into game number 5. Is ErA going to get back on track to a winning record, or is Dog going to be picking up his 6th win so far in HPL? It's anyone's guess. And when we come back, we're going to get in that match. Don't go anywhere, guys. You're watching Hearthstone on PvP.